Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM dumpster fire. Today we're going to watch 2 Monat trainings. Before we get into the video itself, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you would like to support my channel. Thank you guys for being here and let's just get into this. I think they're both a little bit longer, so we might be here for a while. So grab your snacks, coffee, tea. I have no coffee or tea because we have no water. So there's that.
Hi guys, it has been a little while, I feel like, since I have really spoken about my business journey and, why I am doing this and why I am selling this amazing shampoo. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I feel like so many people have kind of come in onto my journey within the last couple of months, but no one really saw me when I first started this business and, where I was and why I did this and why I'm doing this now and what it means.
The reason why they mentioned their why and why they got into the business. In my opinion, they usually only share this in hopes that someone else who has similar or same circumstances is going to hear their story and be like, oh my god, if it helped her, surely it can help me too. So they can relate to her and her story and her reasonings for starting this business, and then they join as well. But the big difference is this lady joined Monat right when they expanded, so she was one of the first reps. That's why she's successful. That's why she's one of the tippy top reps now.
Because I think there are so many reasons why people want to do this business. Hi Claire. So many people there. So many reasons why people want to have a second stream of income. For me, it was honestly all about wanting to be home with my son. That's what it was about. It was about not wanting to have to return to the workforce full time and be apart from him. And I honestly, there was just no other option. I had to make something work. And I was in a position.
Shocker, right? She's targeting moms. She's targeting fresh moms who maybe don't want to go back to work, who want to stay at home with their kids, or moms who are already at home with their kids but need another stream of income. I can see why she got dragged into this if that was her situation. It's totally understandable that you want to stay home with your kids and you don't really want to commute back to work every day. No MLM out there is the solution to this. There are remote jobs that you can get, part-time, full-time. There's a lot of other stuff that you can try to secure an income for yourself. Monat is not gonna do that for you, for the majority of the people that are watching this video, because Monat is already oversaturated everywhere. She joined early, it worked for her, she got lucky. But the majority of people that join Monat, they never make any profit. It's not relatable. She joined early, she got lucky. That's not a relatable story, and that's not what happens for the majority of people that join Monat.
Where I was working part-time 3 to 4 days a week, and I had got a part-time job, and believe it or not, I was only doing it for about 4 weeks before I lost my job due to COVID. But those 4 weeks that I was working part-time, I hated it. Guys, I hated it. I'll be honest with you. Like, I was at the bank and the people were beautiful and it was nice to kind of get out and mingle, but it wasn't making me happy. And, I had a few days where I had really bad anxiety, and I think that's just my anxiety, flaring up. But I just remember thinking, I just wish I could be at home. I wish I could be in my comfort zone, just making an income and having Noah with me and leaving him at daycare and then picking him up early and then rushing to get dinner. And it was just all too much, and I hated it. So, in a way, losing that job was a relief to me in a way, but it was also one of the best things that happened to me at the end of the day, because that's when I found this business. And I jumped into this business, guys, before I even tried the products, right?
I mean, if this lady is relieved to lose her job, that tells you, in my opinion, that she's well off. They didn't need two streams of income. I believe she and her husband, they were living with her parents, so they didn't have rent, they didn't have bills to pay, really. So it's a privileged position when you look at it, unlike a lot of the people who lost their jobs during COVID, because of COVID, who had bills and rent to pay, and it was the worst thing ever. I was one of those people. It was terrible, and I can never ever say that it was a relief or that it was the best thing that happened to me. I did find this remote job and I started my YouTube channel because of COVID and losing my job, but I'm still never gonna say that it was a relief or the best thing that ever happened to me. So she's coming from a privileged position once again.
Was like, this opportunity is way too good to refuse. You know, we had the founder shares opportunity that was available to us, and you know, at the end of the day, I was like, all I'm doing is buying products. I'm buying products and I'm going to try them, and I am just going to see where this thing takes me. Literally, that's it. I have no experience in, you know, I had no experience in direct sales. I had no experience online or have an online presence. I had no confidence to do anything like this. I was terrified.
Again, Monat starter kit is really expensive, so this is, in my opinion, another proof that she comes from a privileged position. Like, if you just lost your job but you can still afford to spend $200-$300 on some shampoo, that is not what happens for the majority of people who lose their jobs. Even people who have their jobs, it's a lot of money for them.
Guys, I was terrified. I suffer with anxiety and panic disorder, and you know, those who know me well know what it's like for me, and it's not easy. It's a really, really hard thing to live with, and every single day sometimes can be a bit of a mind struggle, right? So I really just said, I have to make this work, and I'm going to make it work, right? I went against how I felt, and I just did it. And I had the same fears everyone else did. I was skeptical like everyone else was. I didn't think that, you know, women like me, I know that sounds bad, but I didn't think like people like me who really had no experience in this and just felt so out of touch could succeed in this type of a business and environment. And I didn't think anyone was going to buy shampoo from me.
Funny that she used the saying out of touch.
I actually used to sit there and I said to Sarah, like, who's going to buy shampoo from me? I don't, like, you know, I used to say to Sarah, at least you're a hairdresser. Like, people trust you, you know, you have that trust. I go, what do I have? Like, I haven't got trust with people. My hair at the time was nothing special, you know, and it always went through my mind. I was like, how am I going to sell shampoo? Like, how the hell am I going to do this? Who's going to want to join me on this journey? Because I knew I wanted to build a team, and I knew I thrive on leading, and I thrive on, you know, helping other people. So I knew I wanted to build a team because I knew that, you know, the part of me that was so scared to do this, I think a lot of that stemmed from me deep down knowing that this business was actually going to change my life. And I can't explain it, because for me, I had so many things and reasons why I could have said no. And I did actually say no. I did say no because I said to Sarah, I don't want to, I've changed my mind. I want a refund, and I requested a refund. So at the beginning, I actually did say no because I was so nervous and scared.
This is interesting because she mentioned this in one of the previous videos, requested a refund and she wanted to give up, but then she never says what happened and why didn't they issue her refund.
Mainly because, you know, MLMs have such bad raps, and it really, really sucks because it's mainly I guess people just are not educated enough around what they are and how they work. And there are a lot of, you know, companies that have really ruined it for them.
You don't have to be around something to be able to know that it's not a good thing. You don't have to be around criminals all day, every day to know that crime is not good. That logic never makes sense to me, but also I love this. It's been a while since we were called uneducated, so yay.
Many as well. But for me, the main things that really got my attention was the fact that, you know, there was no monthly minimum spending requirement in this business. Sorry, my cat just opened the door. There's no monthly minimum spending requirement in this business, guys. So you buy your products and that is literally the only investment that you will ever have to make into the business. And they're products that you buy for yourself, right? And then you literally just share your hair journey. That is it. All I was doing, guys, was using the products and taking people along the journey, showing people what my hair was and how excited I was to use the products and just taking them along a journey, basically telling a story. And, you know, it was scary at the start. I didn't know what I was doing. And what you're seeing now and what you see on my stories now is literally just, you know, 16 months of just repetitiveness, right? Like you learn and your confidence grows. I can't explain it. It's like any job. You're in there for a couple of months and you're like still so new and shaky and freaking out. And then before you know it, you're 12 months in and you know the system's like the back of your hand, right? It's exactly the same with this business, except, you know, Instagram is your platform. Instagram is your shop front, right? So anyways, there was no monthly minimum spending requirement. So for me, that was huge because we could not afford it. There is no way we could afford, or, you know, my husband wouldn't even let me, you know, spend, you know, $100 a month on products in order to get paid. And I had looked into a lot of other direct sales companies because I knew I wanted to do direct sales. I'd done some research in direct sales and, you know, how successful people are in direct sales. And, you know, what's the stats? I think it was what I read. There's an 80% success rate higher in direct sales than, you know, people going out and doing their own independent businesses.
What? If you did a quick Google search, 25% of small businesses fail in the first 2 years. And I think it's 45 or 49% fail within 5 years. But even if the failure of small businesses is 90%, you still have more chances of succeeding with a small business than the MLM. The odds are still worse in an MLM. MLM is literally the worst business model you can get into. MLMs are the worst. I believe it's gambling next and then small businesses. You literally have more chances of earning money through gambling. Not that I'm saying that you should gamble, but your odds are better of earning money through gambling rather than MLM. What? Like, is she lying or did she actually just do bad research and be like, yeah, this is a great idea?
You know, that's like a 20% success rate. So I thought to myself, I know I want to do a direct sales business, but who do I want to join? And guys, without a shadow of a doubt, it was always going to be Monat, even though I hadn't tried the products yet, because everything in the comp plan was incredible. No monthly minimum spending requirements. So I get paid whatever I sell, regardless of what I spend. You know, if I sold one bottle, I'd get paid for one bottle. If I sold 100, I was going to get paid for 100, including my bonuses. There was no such sales targets or quotas, which I was like, okay, that's good because I don't want pressure. I don't do well under pressure. And for those who know me, no, I don't do well under pressure. And there was no cancellation fees or contracts, or I didn't feel locked into anything, and I knew I wasn't locked into anything. So for me, that was a big one. I had that out. So even though I knew I was going to see it through, because I'm the type of person that I do something, when I do it wholeheartedly. I just can't half-ass anything. But I knew in the back of my mind, if for whatever reason I didn't want to continue it or I wasn't liking it, I did not have to do it. But guys, I stand here before you 15 months later with a car, with a Range Rover, a fully paid for car by the company. The company pays me money every single month to drive that car, and it is my car. Okay, I make a full-time wage, more than what I was earning.
Important disclaimer that she's not going to mention is that they're paying her that money because she reached a certain rank. But if she loses that rank, she loses the allowance that she gets towards the car payments.
In my previous job before I had Noah, and I am literally living my dream life. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have to go back to work because this is my job. And I love it, and it doesn't even feel like work.
You are literally living your dream life. Your downline is doing the hard work, and you are reaping all the benefits. But I would love to know, how many people does she actually have in her downline, and how many of them are actually making a livable income?
You know, and what it comes down to is, where do you want to be in your life? You know, I knew I didn't want to go back to work. I wanted to stay with my son. I am like, we are attached to the hip, and I would not have it any other way. I never intend on going back to work ever again. And I think once you work for yourself, you really, you know, oh, thank you. Once you work for yourself and you start to see that success and you start to see the earning potential coming through, you can never work for someone else again, because when you work for yourself, you want to put in that effort as well. You want to do it even though it scares you. And I think for me, doing it even though I was scared was the reason that, you know, I succeeded in this, because I did it scared. I walked through it terrified, you know, and as a result, it built my character and it built my business, and people watched me go from scared, not confident, and watched me grow to where I am now, right? So it's honestly a business that you do in the pockets of your time, and what you put in, you're going to get out of it. So the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. It's not a get rich quick scheme, because it's not a scheme at all. It's a legitimate business. You know, you're not going to be making $10,000 a month in your first couple of months. It takes time. You know, I'm working towards my first 5-figure checks now at the moment, and that's 5 figures checks a month. So, you know, I'm working towards that being my goal now, to hopefully get there in the next couple of months. And you know what? That's me out earning my husband right now. Okay? So that's insane. Now, hubby's still building his business. He's building his...
I am never gonna understand this, and you let me know down below if you have a different perspective as to why did she think that this was something she should mention, like out earning her husband. Like the salaries not being equal, but that's at a workplace, which I understand that. But like I said, that's in the workplace. Between you and your partner, I never compare like how much money I make and how much money he makes and who's out earning who.
Business, he does mortgage broking. And it takes time to build any business, but I'm building my business exponentially quicker than what he is. And that's okay. That's not a big deal. There's nothing wrong with that. But without...
She's just kind of shading her husband right now. Like, look, he's so slow in building his business and I'm out earning him as well. That's what it sounds like to me.
This business, and without the income that I'm making, my husband would not be able to be building the business of his dreams. And that is something that came as a byproduct of me doing this business, because we didn't know how successful I was going to be. We didn't know that the business model was going to work. We didn't know, like, we had no idea. But it does. And, you know, whether you want to stay home with your babies like me, you know, I want to pick him up from kinder and drop him off to kinder. I don't want that to be anyone else. I want to be there for everything. I don't want to miss anything. I want my son to know that mum was like always there. I don't want my son being like mum was working all the time. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with working mums. There's not, but that's me personally. That's me. I want my son to have always known me, to always have been there for absolutely every single thing, every milestone, every school drop off, every school pickup, you know, every after school park.
I know she said like not to shame anyone, but to me that was kind of like throwing shade at working moms for sure.
Date, you know, all of those things. That's what I want. And that is why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for any other reason. The money is a byproduct. I hit my goal of a full-time income months and months and months ago. Now it's about so much more than that, you know, so much more than that. And I know I speak for so many mums. Love you too, Beck. I know I speak for so many other mums, you know, that I know are on mat leave or have had kids or have kids. The last thing they want to do is like go to work and work. I mean, wait, no, let me take that back. Some mums see work as an escape and they love it. But other mums, like if you're like me, work is just like, I'd rather be home. I'd rather be doing the housework. I'd rather be like, you know, preparing dinner. I'd rather be like hanging out with the kids. Like I'd rather be like chilling and living the way I want to live. Like that's just me personally. That's how I want my life. And that's literally what I'm doing. So yeah, I've come a long way, guys. I really, really have. But I'm going to wrap it up because it's been so long and I don't want this life to go for too long. Thanks, Beck. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, guys, you know, that's my story at the end of the day. I started from the bottom, you know, had no following, had no presence on Instagram. Like I can't explain it. Like I'm just like a normal average mum. There's nothing special about me at all. And you know what?
The only special thing about you, from what I know, is that you joined early. That was your big break. You got lucky. That's one of the ways you can be successful in an MLM. One of the few ways. So that's the only special thing. You had the right timing to join.
But you have to be prepared to be mentally strong as well. I just want to finish off with that, right? There were people who would talk about me. And I know they would talk about me. There were people who were mocking me, openly mocking me in my DMs, laughing at me and what I was doing, like literally making fun of me. I'm not even joking. People that I knew. And, you know, people telling me like, what are you doing? Like, this is a mistake. You're never going to make money. No, you're not going to get that car. People don't get cars in this type of business. It's all BS. It's not true. It's just a scheme. And I had to literally not listen to all that. And it was hard because at the beginning...
Girl, that's not mocking. I'm just gonna say that. If that's all they told you, that was probably them being concerned or probably being like, hey, are you sure you did your research on that? I would not call that mocking.
The fear of judgment and the way that how easy it was to let other people's opinions penetrate through and get me down, it happened. But I had to just literally say, no, I know this is legit. I know this works. I'm seeing women succeeding. I'm seeing it happening. I'm seeing it and it is real. And I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to get the car. I'm going to become a founder and I'm going to make 5-figure monthly checks that are going to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And that's all I want to do. That's what I'm doing. And I'm helping women do the same thing. I've got women in my team that are going for market mentor, which is literally where I am right now. Because that's all I care about at the end of the day is helping other people be able to stay home with their babies and do exactly what I'm doing and make an income and help their families, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. We're in a time now where it's just, things are just so backwards, not just financially in the system, but just in life. Everything is just so backwards at the moment in so many ways. And unfortunately, getting out of the system and being able to be self-reliant financially is something that is more important to me than anything else. And if I can help as many mums as possible be able to become self-reliant financially, and not have to, you know, worry about the system, not have to worry about sending their kids to daycare because, you know, their kids aren't vaccinated or whatever. You know, at the end of the day, you know, that's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do. And being self-reliant is one of the biggest reasons why I did this as well. You know, it's obviously staying home with my son is the biggest thing, but being able to literally, whatever's going on in the world, no matter what it is, a pandemic, a financial market crash, a recession, I don't want it to affect me or my family. And that is why I'm doing this. So guys, if you've been watching me and if you have been thinking about doing something like this, maybe you're scared like I was, maybe, you know, you're embarrassed to show yourself online, you're afraid of judgment, or you're just scared to try it, but you know that you want the same things that I want for your family, or maybe it's something different, please reach out to me, because that I'm here to help. I'm here to help you with whatever your goal is, and I can get you there. If there's someone who can get you to where I am, who knows how you feel, it's 100% going to be me. I know I can get you to where you want to go, because that's where I'm going. I've got no doubt about it. You know, you just have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and, you know, give yourself the best possible shot to be able to succeed. And you can, and you will, because I will be that person that believes in you and helps you get to where you want to go at the end of the day. But yeah, I wanted to share a little bit about my story. Nothing special about me. You know, my goals are to have multiple properties, you know, multiple properties. I want to just have property.
Wrap it up. She's been saying she's gonna wrap it up for like 7 minutes, I think, and I'm just kind of over it. I'm just over it, honestly.
Is all over the place, and eventually all over the world would be amazing. And you know, we're working towards our second property now, which is exciting. And I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be, but we're just going to keep going and going and going. But it's exciting, and I've never been more excited for the future, honestly. Like, I've never been more excited for the future. I've never been happier in my marriage, you know, in my personal life. There is so much to look forward to, and this business has made that possible for me. Without this business, I don't know where I would be right now. I think I would be in a really bad place mentally, physically, and I just wouldn't be happy. So this has been the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I know it can be the best thing that's ever happened to you as well. Anyway, guys, let me know if you want to chat or if you want to get involved. I am here to help you. See ya.
The irony in all of that is that she actually joined like at the expansion time, so it was the best time for her to start and to get successful. That's why she is. To me, it just sounds like she's privileged. That's my personal opinion. Whoa, 24 minutes. Yeah, we're not doing that because we would be here forever. I'm gonna save the video too for next week, and we're gonna wrap that up here. Let me know down below what you thought about this, or if I forgot to comment on something. I've been batch recording a lot lately, so sometimes it might seem that I lack empathy. I've been told things about this lady in particular that make me just have a little bit less empathy for her than I usually do. Yeah, I don't know. I might seem like a little bit short with her today. I don't want to seem like a mean girl or anything like that, but I'm just like, girl, where did you do your research, for God's sake? But anyway, let me know down below what you thought about this. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. You're a trooper, and don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you would like to support my channel. That's a nice free way to do that. And big shout out as always to my channel members. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.